Hi Ellen, this is Don Shands. This is a sunflower flute that I made some time back. This is somewhere between an F and F sharp. It's pretty much F sharp, but it's aged quite a bit after 5 years. But anyway, the thing is properly adjusted and tuned properly on the thing, you'll hear it this way. Notice that I have the larger end blowing in, and that use this so that I can you can use that for your articulation. You have about a 4.5 to 5.5 inch SAC on the thing. Start off by not blowing so dadgum hard, because you might run into the second octave. You might do that. So when you blow evenly through all the notes while you're testing and while you're trying to get yourself in tune. Now, how do we get that? Now this one's finished, so it's going to have to be a little bit. This is the one I've talked to you about on the internet. You find yourself a piece of tape and you get a marker on it, and I've already done this so I don't have to go through a lot of extra stuff on it, but you put that tape so the back end is at the back end of the true sound hole, and you go all the way down and you mark it to the very end. I'm trying to get it so you can see the try to start this tape over at least 5 times to try to get this thing where I can give you a decent explanation. Alright, now you've got yourself a piece of tape on there. Now we hadn't marked off on any of the other ones yet, we just had this here. So what you do is you get that tape. So this is in the back of the true sound hole, and this is at the end. Well, that's your fundamental. That's all the way down. Now what you do is that on that distance there, you mark off the 1/2 section. I don't have any red markers here, but you put one mark in the center, across there. That is your halfway mark between half here and half to there. Then you go back and you find out what is the distance between 1, 2, and 3. So what is the center? The center is what you're most interested in right here. And that's why they did the old grandfather flutes, because they used to do them where they would mark them out and do the center with the knuckles and everything else, and they would figure out all sorts of ways. But the main thing that you're doing here is you're getting 1/3 here, 1/3 here, and 1/3 here. Alright, then you're getting 1/2 here and 1/2 here, which is this mark right in the center, right there in the center of the thing. So what you do now is, since we've already marked off the centers in this particular flute, I just took the centers and made this little piece of tape so that you can see on here. And this is just 6 marks, 6 even marks. 6 divided by whatever is going to be 5 open spaces. But you're going to have 6 marks, which is going to be 6 holes. Alright, if I put those 6 holes next to these 6 holes, you'll see them right now. They're, if I can get the light up there, okay, you can see them. They're all next to the same 6 holes. Alright, now what happened here? When you do that, you'll notice that this is hole 3. Hole 3. 1, 2, 3. Where is the hole 3 in regards? This is hole 3 now. Hole 3. I got my finger over it. Where is this in regards to the half of the flute? Well, it's in the middle third, but hole 3 is going to be sitting right at where this is the half now. It's going to be sitting at a half an inch below the half. Hole 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Is going to be 1/2 an inch below the center of this mark, or the center of the flute. So, it's kind of hard to describe. Other than that, you can have it 1/2, you can have a 1/2 an inch, or you can have it just 1/4 of an inch. But most people get it anywhere between 1/2 and 1/4. It just depends on you and when you're learning to make your flutes. But this is the way it usually works out. Now, how much distance do you have between the top hole, that's hole 6, and hole number 1? It just so happens on this particular flute that it's almost equal distance between the end here and the end from the hole 6 to the back end. Just the way this particular flute was made. Now, what happens if we have them that way, and we have equal distance between the holes? We have the different sizes of the holes. And each one of these holes had to be a different size in order for it to be able to be tuned to the necessary tune of what we figured out already to be an F sharp fundamental. Once you've established the fundamental, then it's going to depend on you to be able to open these up to the specific notes that you have to get onto. Now, I don't know if this makes any more sense to you from what we've already written out 3 times and going through. But that's just the way it's going to work out. Is this thing is going to, you start out, do it one more time here. You start out half in the back here of the back of the true sound hole to the end, and this is going to be your fundamental. All right, we know that. You're going to mark 1, 2, 3. You're going to divide these out. Now, you're going to find out somewhere around this middle section here. Like I say, I normally would say go in there and just take the middle section and just maybe fudge and put about an 1/8 more on each side of it, on that line right there. Divide that line so that you have 5 equal spaces in between it, which gives you exactly 6 holes. Once that's in there, hole number 1, 2, 3, hole number 3 goes 1/2 to 1/4 below, which is south or down to the fundamental, 1/2 from the 1/2 mark. It goes down 1/2 an inch or 1/4 of an inch. See if this works. I don't know. Let's see if it does.